So the PS5 Pro has been out for quite some time now, and whether or not it's worth it in the early 2025, I will be discussing in this video. So yeah, let's just get into it. So let's go over a brief overview of the hardware upgrades. The PS5 Pro features a 2TB SSD, which is a significant improvement over the base PlayStation 5's 825GB SSD. While this extra storage is helpful, especially with modern game sizes, the lack of a CPU upgrade feels like a missed opportunity. The Pro does have a powerful GPU, but without a more robust CPU, it doesn't fully unlock its potential. So while you get better visuals, the gameplay experience doesn't necessarily improve in a meaningful way. It's a trade-off between a better looking game but not a necessarily smoother or a more responsive game, which can be underwhelming when you're paying £200 to £300 premium over the OG PlayStation 5. And with the PlayStation 5 Pro, we have the new Performance Pro and Fidelity Pro modes, which are designed to take advantage of the improved GPU, but most of the titles benefiting from these modes currently are older games like God of War Ragnarok or Spider-Man 2. So while it's nice to have these games enhanced with better visuals and in some instances higher frame rates, they already looked great on the base PlayStation 5. So for someone who has already played these games, the upgrade doesn't feel essential. It's not a night and day difference, and it raises the question of why upgrade now, especially with the next generation being around the corner. And to add to this, the missing disk drive and the pricing issues alongside it, the decision to remove the disk drive from the PlayStation 5 Pro is definitely a confusing one. For a console that costs £700, it seems odd not to offer the option to play physical copies, and if you want to use a disk drive, you need to buy an add-on for around £100, if you can even find it in stock. And scalping has made the disk drive even more expensive, now at around £150, and finding one at retail is definitely a challenge. So not only do you have to pay extra for the Pro experience, but the hunting for a disk drive adds more to the frustration, which is it's an unnecessary burden for an already expensive console. So is the upgrade worth it then? Well, if you already have a PlayStation 5, the PlayStation 5 Pro is hard to justify. The performance and visual improvements are definitely nice, but they don't represent a massive leap forward, especially with existing games. The extra £200 to £300 for the Pro aren't clearly justified unless you're really invested in future titles that would take advantage of new hardware, like GTA 6 or Ghost of Yotei for example. And for now, the base PS5 still offers excellent performance in early 2025, and the Pro doesn't offer enough of a difference to make it a must-have. If you don't own the PlayStation 5 yet, however, the PS5 Pro might be worth considering, especially if you want the extra storage and are willing to pay the premium. However, the missing disk drive is a big drawback unless you're comfortable going fully digital. However, if you mostly have physical copies of your games, you might be better off going for the regular PlayStation 5 or even waiting for a future version that actually includes a disk drive in the price. In conclusion, in early 2025, the PlayStation 5 Pro doesn't feel like it justifies the price that it's asking, as it failed to solve one of the pretty big issues of the PlayStation 5 for modern titles, which is the processor. And unless you're really looking ahead to future games that will take full advantage of the new graphics power, it is quite tough to justify the asking price, especially for current PlayStation 5 owners. And for newcomers, the Pro might be a bit more appealing, but finding the disk drives in stock or at an MSRP is definitely something to consider, as it's quite a big headache. So in my opinion, if you're still on the fence between deciding to upgrade or not, just wait for new titles to come out, see what the difference is between the original PlayStation 5 and the Pro, and if you think that the difference is significant enough that justifies the additional £200 to £300, then go for it. It's a good console and you definitely be happy with it. But if the graphics are not something that you care about, or perhaps the you're not a Pixel peeper and the differences aren't significant enough, then I don't see a reason why you should upgrade from your OG PlayStation 5, as it's still an excellent console even in 2025, and it most likely will age very well going into the next generation. So yeah, I hope you found this somewhat of a review quite helpful, and I hope I managed to help you make a decision of whether you're going to get one or not. Let me know down in the comments of whether you upgrade perhaps in the future, or maybe just skip the PS5 Pro as a whole. Or if you don't have a PlayStation yet, do you think you'll go for the Pro or the regular one if you're considering getting a new console? And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe if you want to, it definitely helps out. And I'll see you guys in the next one.